Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast. Andrea Earhart here, muralist, adventurer, and your host as I interview inspiring artists who are killing it in the art game to show you that it's completely possible to make a great living doing the thing you love to do. We highlight the business side of art to help you reach more customers, increase profits, and ultimately live a life of creative freedom. Enjoy the show. This episode is sponsored by the Mural Master Program inside of the Artist Academy Advanced membership. This program is specifically designed to help you with every step of the mural process, from coming up with an idea to finding a wall to paint it on to pitching your ideas to businesses, and finally, of course, I teach you exactly how to paint large scale. Murals are a lot of fun and a great way to grow your art business. I know, because it has been one of the top ways that I've been able to grow my own art business as quickly as I have. With several years of experience as a muralist, I've dialed down the painting techniques, the proposals, the pitching, the whole bit. And now I've compiled it into one resource for you called the Mural Master Program. This is included inside of the Artist Academy Advanced membership, and I would love to invite you to join us by going to artistacademy.co, that is artistacademy.co, and click the link to see the Mural Master Program and learn more. And that's it, so let's get on with the show. This week's episode features Utah-based surrealist and mom of three, Moeai. TikTok brings people together. I first found Megan while scrolling the FYP, the For You page on everyone's favorite video platform, and was immediately drawn to her art style and overall fun presence. If you're one of those who still thinks that TikTok is just for kids, let me share this fun fact with you. Megan gets 90% of her sales from TikTok. What? And before you go thinking that you need to be a multi-million TikTok sensation for that to happen, Megan has less than 100,000 followers. It's possible, people. What she does have is consistency, really great art, and fun videos. And I want you to ask yourself, do you have that? Is that something that you're capable of? Yes, you're probably capable of creating fun videos. You already have great art and you're capable of being consistent. And that's what it takes on the TikTok platform. So keep listening as Megan shares her tips for getting sales on social media, and also just a quick reminder to have fun with it. And let me know what you think about this week's episode with Megan Moeai. If you could just start by sharing a little bit about who you are, where you live, and how you got into this art world.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Megan Moeai. I am based in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I have been painting, I guess just doing art my entire life. I started by watching Bob Ross tutorials when I was younger. I loved him and I just felt like such a fascination with it. And I guess I was like a lot of people where I just didn't think it was a plausible career choice. And so I never gave it a second choice or second thought. And so I went to college for something else. And then sooner or later I was married and with kids. And I just really I don't know. I just have fallen in love with it again all over. And I guess my paintings are more surrealism. I love vibrant colors. I love the moon. I love nature. And I love paintings that are about female empowerment. And yeah, basically that summarizes me.
I love it. And as you're talking, I'm like, man, I need to ask people on this podcast who aren't like me, because I'm like, because if you're drawn to people like you, and I'm like, you're saying you like surrealism and color and women empowerment and all that, and I'm like, oh man, like this, I mean, it's amazing because actually I was explaining kind of your art to my husband. I'm like, she's kind of like me, but like black hair and with a sleeve, like,
I know I found you from your murals because I love doing murals too, obviously. And I was like, look at this butterfly mural, and that's where I found your podcast. But I'm like, she is like me, so I thought the same thing too.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So, what did you study in college? What was the plan before art?
I didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
I've always been not that great at school. I just don't learn that way. I'm so visual, and so I always struggled in school. And so I went to college. I never got a degree. I could not figure out what I wanted to do. I went to college to cheer, basically. So I was a cheerleader at the University of Utah, and which was amazing. And that's where I met my husband and everything. But I dropped out because I was so sick of spending all this money and not knowing what I wanted to do and not having any real passion for it. And I'm like, I'm just going to take a break, and I'm very happy I did for now, because I don't know. I just don't know what I wanted to do, and I wasn't ready at that point, which is fine.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of people too are, in their early 20s, and you're like, do I want to do art? Do I want to do architecture? Do I want to be a hairstylist? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so funny that we have to choose what we want to do, or society expects us to choose that before we even know who we are. Like, I don't even think I knew who I was until I was maybe like 28 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. Some people do, and that's totally fine, but I was not like that at all. And so, yeah. I'm a stay-at-home mom too, so I don't think I really even would have ever considered being able to be an artist unless I was a stay-at-home mom, because I think I would have gotten caught up in the busyness and craziness of life. And being home with my kids, I was able to really sit down and discover what makes me happy and what I want to do, because life is so short to not do what you want to do and what you love.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been doing art for how long now? So you do it mostly at home when the kids are asleep or at school, or?
Yeah. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 or 6 years. I have a 5-year-old girl, and I had twins that are 3.
Oh, you have twins?
And
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they're a handful, and they're special needs too. And so I am dealing a lot with, like, we go to therapy. They have really bad social anxiety, and so we go to a bunch of therapies for them, and it's a lot of work, and it's very overwhelming, but it's so fun too. But I decided that I needed an outlet, and art has always been my outlet, and I decided to make time for it just last year. About a year ago, I decided just to start making time for it. And I was watching people on Instagram and, social media, and seeing these other stay-at-home moms that were able to do this and be successful. And my husband was like, you know what, like, you need to dive in head first and do this. We will be here supporting you. And, this is something you can totally do. And so I really have only been full-time about a year. Well, it was last July, and I have not looked back since. It's been pretty amazing. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And it's just family support is huge. Huge. Just to have that support from your husband, it's like, that's everything. That's awesome.
Yeah. I couldn't have done it without him. So, yeah.
So you sell on Etsy, is that right, mostly?
Yeah, prints I sell through Etsy. Commissions I just do mostly through email and just Instagram.
Are they finding you on Instagram? Are people finding you on TikTok at all?
No, TikTok is like probably 95% of where I get just prints and commissions.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, I've been so lucky. I have been so successful through TikTok. Everyone who orders a print, I see in the notes, like, I found you through TikTok, or commission, I saw you on TikTok. I want to know about this, this, and this. And so, yeah, it's great. But at the same time, like, you get really scared when TikTok is going to be taken away, because that's where a big source of my traffic comes from. And it's taught me not to put all of my eggs in one basket. But at the same time, it's so hard. Like, you don't get you can't reach that grand of an audience anywhere else like you do on TikTok.
Yeah.
Even paying, it's just...
Yeah, there's
So,
nothing that compares to TikTok. Like in my mind, with just organic reach, it really like puts, if you have a good video, and who's to say what a good video is, or like, it's so funny to me. Like I'll put up a video and I'm like, this one's gonna be great, and it gets like not very many views, and then I'm like, I just throw one on, and that one gets a million or something like that, and I'm like, what?
don't you hate that?
Yeah, but at least it does, because like going on Instagram, I'm like capped in my mind of what views I can get. Like 10,000 is like a ton for me on Instagram, and on TikTok it's like, okay, yeah, that's a decent video, you know. And I am still in completely denial about TikTok being banned. I don't think it's going to be banned. I think Microsoft's going to buy it, and I think we're going to be fine. But I think people on TikTok love to like dramatize it a little bit, but hopefully, hopefully that's what happens.
Oh, totally. People are attracted to the drama, and so totally. I don't think it'll be banned either. I think it would be a very long process if it were to be banned. So
yeah, I think
for now, I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah, people would like riot, another riot this year.
We don't need any more.
Yeah, exactly. So, what makes up your typical work day? How do you do it being a mom with twins? Because I don't know if you know this, but I've always said, I'm like, I want twins for my second. I want twins. And like, I'm gonna manifest it so it'll happen. And so, what is your life like with twins?
My gosh. Everyone tells me that, and I'm like, I never wanted twins. It's just, but they're so fun. Yeah, my typical workday varies. It goes off of completely what my kids are doing. I wake up early every day before my kids, and that's when I email people back. I print off my prints, I do my orders and get that all ready, and then my kids start waking up, and then I do mom mode where I try to clean the house most of the time. I get them situated, and then they nap still, and so during their naps is when I paint. So I get anywhere between like an hour of painting a day to when my husband's home and helping, I can paint all day. So it honestly just depends. Sometimes I don't get anything done, and I'm learning to be patient with myself and understand that that's okay. You know, sometimes you don't get anything done, and that's okay. And tomorrow's a new day. But yeah, that pretty much is the basic of what happens, though.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit here, there, and everywhere. Okay, yeah, something to look forward to. Okay, gosh,
yeah,
but it's fun, I'm sure. Are your kids interested in painting at all? Are they artistic?
Yeah, well, my daughter loves painting. She's at that age where she loves it, and she can be messy, and she knows not to be a disaster. My twins are just like, oh, paint my hands. Let's go grab the walls and touch everything. I have one twin that is very fascinated with coloring, and my mom tells me he does what I used to do when I was little, and just like sit and like stare at a paper and look at the details and like be fascinated and fixated on it, you know, for a very, very, very long time. So one of my twins does that. So I'm thinking that he will love art. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope they do too. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, pull your hair back on this side real quick, just because I think it was. There we go. There we go. Much better. Awesome. Mine does the same thing. I have to put mine on my left side.
It sneaks forward.
Yeah. No big deal. So can you talk us through your painting process? You do surrealism, which is a style that I love as well. And so did these ideas just kind of come to you? Do you sketch them out first? Can you talk us through your painting process?
Yeah, absolutely. I used to kind of just wing it, and now I kind of, especially with my commissions, I will go to Pinterest. Pinterest is a huge inspiration for me, and just kind of get the creative juices flowing, you know. And then I will use my iPad and kind of do like a digital sketch of it with adding kind of other pictures, and just to kind of get a color reference. And then I will grid it and then start painting it. And I've noticed that the more I prepare for a painting, the less long it takes because otherwise I'm like, oh, this doesn't look right. I got to paint over it and do something different. And I've noticed the more I prepare, the quicker the painting goes. But also to realize that like, it's okay to let go of a plan and to be open to trying new things too. And so, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I used to go with that thing too, where like I would just like paint and just it would come to me as I paint. And then recently I've been like laying it out in different ways, and I'm like, man, I'm really glad I laid it out because I didn't like the first idea at all. And then I'm doing like this, but yeah, I think it's just like the brain of a creative. You're like, I'm just gonna have it like go in a whim, and I'm gonna figure it out as I go.
Yeah. And it's good to have both
Yeah.
because if you're so fixated on the details, I think you lose your creativity, and that's happened. It kind of cripples you. And so it's being open to doing both, you know?
Yeah. So is there anything you don't like to paint without?
Yeah, I don't like painting without any type of audio, like music, books on tape, podcasts. I listen to your podcast a lot while I'm painting.
Oh, good.
My time's so valuable, and I never went to school for art, and so I'm just trying to like absorb as much information as possible while I'm painting and just trying to learn because I feel like I'm pretty behind with knowing everything, especially about registering your art business and all of the business side of it. And so I have to have something in the background where it's like helping me learn. And now I can't do without it. So yeah.
Same, me too. And I just feel like I'm a big multitasker, and that's kind of like a way to multitask, to do like you can just paint, or you can paint and listen to an audiobook and be learning about like I do the same thing that you do too, just about online marketing. I feel like we all are in that same boat of like feeling behind because there's so much to know. Even if you go to college for it, afterwards, like in college they don't teach you the business side at all. And even if people have gone to college, they're like, wait, I have to learn about taxes. I have to learn about this. And yeah, I feel like we're all in that same boat of just like feeling behind and just wanting to learn more and more.
Yeah. Luckily, there's so much free information out there. Anything you want to learn, you can pull it up on YouTube and learn. And so it's just taking advantage of all those resources,
Yeah, and finding the good ones too, because like on YouTube, I'll go around it. I'm like, I'll just to try to find like a cloud tutorial. Oh, there we go. Just to try to find like a cloud tutorial, and it's just like there's so many out there. It's okay. There we go. I think it just takes a second to catch up to it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, it's like technology works when it works.
Yeah, sorry. No,
it's okay. Yeah, sometimes I'll get like calls that come in, or is that what happened?
I thought I muted them. Yeah,
I know.
I get so many telemarketer calls, and it's so annoying. I'm like, oh, of course this is going to happen when I'm on live. But, yeah.
Of course, that's okay. Yeah, I know. Whenever I put my like do not disturb on, I will still get calls, and I'm not sure why.
I know. I thought that was going to work, but I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to figure out a better way to do this. But for now, like going live is, I don't know. I need to figure.
No, it works. It works.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. What were we talking about? I forget.
Of resources on the internet and finding on YouTube.
Yeah, there's so many people and so many YouTube people. Have you heard of Mural Joe since you've been on YouTube? Yeah,
I listen to your podcast.
Okay, okay, yes. Yeah, he's such a big time on YouTube. He's so good at what he does, just with the mural tutorials and all of this stuff. He's so funny.
Yeah. I know. I had never heard of him until I heard him on your podcast, and I was watching his stuff, and he's very educational. I love him.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I remember whenever it was like 3 years ago or so, and I was telling my husband, I'm like, I want to start creating video. I want to start creating like maybe YouTube videos or something like that. And we got on YouTube and we saw him, and he was like, someone's already doing that. Find something else. And I was like, what? No. But it was his, and he was like so good at it. I was like, it like actually deterred me from doing it for a second. And I think that's a thing too online. You go on and you see someone who's kind of like you doing the thing that you want to do, and it's like, oh, that's already being done. I can't do it. And it's like, no, you can't.
I know.
You can still do
that's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard knowing that there's enough to go around for everybody. And I think that's something artists especially have a hard time with.
Yeah,
but there's enough,
Exactly. And people are very like drawn to people like them. Like I was drawn to you and stuff like that. And I'm sure people are drawn to Mural Joe or me or you, for different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little side note there. So are there any art lessons you've learned the hard way?
Yes, many. I think the biggest one is time management. And for me, at least, being realistic with, I have kids and I have all these other things I need to do. And I like to look at a project and think I can get this done in this amount of time. And I would like to, but that's not realistic. You know, things come up all the time. And so I think planning longer than what I initially think is a big one. And being realistic with my time has been a big learning process for me, because I like to be optimistic, but sometimes you got to be realistic, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I think everybody can relate to that one too. There's so many things where I'm like, I'll get that done in a day. No, it's like on day 3, I'm finally putting on the finishing touches, and I'm like sweating because it took too long. And now I'm like you. Now I don't even have kids yet, like, and it still happens like that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I think you get better at it when you have kids. You're more used to juggling a million things, but it's still just so much going on. And so, yeah, you learn.
Yeah, live and learn. Do you have a favorite past project?
Yeah, I have a painting called Succulent Goddess, and it's just this woman with a pink moon behind her and succulents all around the moon. And one of my favorite projects I just did last year, I designed my daughter's room after that painting. And so I painted a big mural on her back wall with all these succulents and this big pink moon, and then redid everything around that painting. And that was super fun to do. And now every time we go in it, we just love going in there, because it's just that painting just in a whole room. And that was super fun to do. Hopefully, I don't even know if she understands, like, or even appreciates it, but because she'll probably want to paint over it when she's a teenager. But for now, it's a really cool, I'm very proud of it. Another one I am proud of, I just did a painting for this hairdresser, this Edward Scissorhands painting, which I'm very proud of. It's like one of my most favorite paintings ever. But yeah, pretty much those two are probably my 2 favorites.
Yeah, and as I was asking you that question, I was like, I bet I already know, because I follow you on TikTok, and I know you've mentioned that Edward Scissorhands one, and it's like a female version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool. And so it's funny that I already was thinking of one when I was asking you that question, because I follow you on TikTok, so I feel like I kind of know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these questions, I was just thinking too, while I have you on here, let's talk about just TikTok for a second and just ways to do well.
Always love talking about TikTok.
Me too. Just talk about ways to do well on it, because I think, I think a lot of people heard you say that you were doing really well on it and you're getting 90% of your commissions from it. And they're like, wait, should I try TikTok out? Or if they are on TikTok already, how can they do it better? What are some of the things that you think has helped you just do well on TikTok? Or, yeah, we'll start with that.
Yeah, I think I like incorporating myself in videos too, because I think a lot of people, they want to know who they're buying from. And I think if they relate to you, they're more likely to want to buy something from you. And so I try to put a lot of about me on there. I like to do a little bit of everything too, because you know how there's always trends going on. So I like to hop on the trends just as quickly as possible and kind of do your own art twist to it, but then also add like other painting videos too. So do a little bit of everything, and you kind of figure out what works for you. What's funny, so I haven't had any of my art videos get over 1 million views, and none of them. I had one. When I first downloaded TikTok, I posted a few cheer videos, and I had one go viral, and it got like almost 2 million views.
Oh, wow.
But that's the only video I have gotten that has gotten over 1 million views. My other videos, I think the most was like 750,000, which is still a lot, but like I'm thinking the difference, what is helping me still is I'm consistent. I like to do a little bit of everything, and I think just showing up for your audience, I guess. But I just you don't have to go viral to be successful on TikTok, you know? You don't have to have all these videos that get over 1 million views, because I haven't. And I'm still successful. I think pretty successful. I'm pretty proud of how far I've come on there, but
I think so too.
Yeah.
Just because my account is pretty big right now, and I don't get hardly any from TikTok. And your account is a bit smaller than mine, but you're killing it like on TikTok.
Yeah.
And so
It makes me frustrated with Instagram because I was trying so hard and I could I don't know. I think also showing people, okay, this is what I have. These are the supply, or these are the things I have for you to buy. I guess in a way, like, this is what I have to offer, and this is where you can get it, and this is what you can do to get it. I try to make that very clear to my audience too.
On TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok.
Okay, so through your videos, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like, if you like my art, this is what I have. You should go to the link in my bio. I've noticed that helps too, because I get a lot of questions of like, do you sell your art? Do you do this? And so,
yeah,
kind of just showing people, yeah, this is what I have to offer. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still learning. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm that great at TikTok because I see these other accounts and they're just, I don't know. So I guess it's just a learning process.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like how just direct that is too, because a lot of us, will like show some videos of our art and all this, that, but just literally directly saying, hey, here's my art. If you like it and you want to buy it, go to this link in my profile, and you can. And I think a lot of people are scared to be that direct, or we don't even think about it sometimes. You think about, oh, they'll find my artist, my website, and then they'll eventually find where to go to get prints. But just like stating it right there's nothing wrong with that, and just, and especially if people are interested, and if you have people commenting, they're interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are so funny on there. They're just, and I'm sure you get a lot of like, hey, can I have it for free or whatever?
Yeah, all the time. And I don't mind, but I just like, it's good to show people like, hey, this is like the right way to ask someone for their service, Yeah. But they don't know any different. I didn't know any better. I probably would have been commenting the same thing, like, oh, that's cool, I want that. So
yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, as a kid, we're all so dumb as kids.
I know. We are. Well, it's like you got to give them a pass.
Exactly. Do you get any kind of hate on TikTok?
Yeah, every now and then I do.
Yeah.
I think if I was a teenager, it would have destroyed me. But now it's like, I think a lot of times people hate because they want you to make a video about it and they want to kind of get recognition that way. I've had a few people do that. You could tell, and then they'll delete their comment. But yeah, I think hate, as long as it's bringing traction to the video,
exactly.
It's okay. A lot of, they don't know
commenting.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't know me. It's okay. I'm not going to get offended.
Good. I'm glad that you have that, because a lot of people on there struggle with it a little bit at first, anyway. And yeah, I'm the same with you. I'm like, you're just a dumb kid, and like I say that in the best way though. And it's just, you don't know any better, and you are none. It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Like you, if I was a middle schooler, I'd be like, why did they say that about me?
I know. It makes me feel bad for the younger kids that have to deal with that, because some kids are mean out there, and so I think, but yeah.
Oh well, yeah. What are your best videos that have done really well? So like, if we were to like dissect a video that would do really well, and so somebody's wanting to know what their first video to post would be, what's a video of yours that has done really well?
I had one, the only one that has done really well, like between of over 500,000, was this dumb one that was super short, and it was just, it's me sitting there saying, that's like, it's me sitting there saying, when you post a time-lapse video knowing that it's probably not going to get any views, and it's I am ready to get hurt again, I'm going to post it anyways. So that one did really well. It's like 7 seconds long. It was super quick to film. I didn't think it was going to do well. That one did really well. My daughters, what's in that one. So I've been trying to do short videos, because I think that doing short, it catches people's attention and they're more likely to watch the whole thing through. But my longest video is my second best video I've done, is redoing my daughter's room, and it's a minute long. And that has almost 500,000 views, and that has done really, really well. And so now I'm trying to explore with doing really long videos too, where I'm have the voiceover and explaining what I'm doing, because I think people enjoy the process and what goes on in the artist's mind of what you're doing. So I'm kind of trying to play around with that too, and kind of doing a little of both, like short videos and long and informative videos. Yeah. So we're going to explore and see, I guess.
Awesome. I love that. That explains TikTok so well too. It's like, I think short videos will work, but then again, a long video did really well, and then this worked, but this did it, and it's just, it's so hard to find the formula for a good TikTok video.
I know.
Yeah.
I just treat every video like it's like a little mini advertisement for me, you know? Like, I really do, because it just, I think that it has a potential to bring so much traffic in, so you got to just treat it like, okay, well, what do I want to do this time? And it's, yeah,
definitely. Yeah, it's free advertising is what I look at all of this as. Like Instagram, TikTok, all of it. It's free. Why not use it?
I know, and I feel so dumb filming videos. And
I know.
I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting my time, and then it pays off in the end. And so I'm like, I gotta just make time for it every week and just do it, even if I feel dumb. But it pays off. There's
some videos, like I'll reuse a lot of my TikTok videos and put them on Instagram, and then there's some I'm like, nah, you're staying on TikTok.
Like, I'm a different person on TikTok than Instagram, so only certain people can see that. Yeah, no, I agree.
That's amazing. Okay, so what are your future art plans and goals? What's going on right now? What are you working towards? What's happening in the life?
Yeah, so because I didn't go to art school I would love to, when I have more time, to go to take an online art school, you know, something where I can broaden my horizon. And I would love to learn how to use a different medium. I'd love to learn how to use oils, because I think they're just so beautiful. The paintings made with them are beautiful. And so I would love to learn that. And just when I have time, I'd love to take a class or go to a school for it.
Yeah. Awesome. I love that.
So no in plan, no, because with COVID, everything is just crazy right now. But that's something I would eventually love to do.
Yeah. Yeah, something specific. Yeah, because there's so many things to learn. You know, like why you could do oils or watercolors or all these different techniques. Personally, I hate oils just because they take so long to dry. But
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, but some people try oils for the first time and never go back, and it's like their thing.
Yeah.
So
I know. So I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. So I have one more question. It's our last one on here, and I will let you get back to your day. But is there any advice that you want to give to artists who want to make art their full-time career but have no idea where to even start?
Yeah. I'd say just start small and even if you can only do one little thing a day, just do it. And I honestly, like, if I can do it, anyone can do it, because time's crazy and my time's limited. And I think a lot of times artists feel overwhelmed looking at the whole picture of what everything I need to do. And you just start small and just make it a goal to do one little thing a day that works towards your goal. When you look back, like, it'll be a big thing altogether. Because I have people write out to me all the time asking, like, how do you do it? Or how did you start? Like, do you have any advice? And I'm too scared to start. And honestly, just whatever you do, don't be stagnant. Just keep going. You know, even if it's something small, you can just accomplish, do a little thing a day, you know, and I just say never be stagnant. That's my biggest tip, I think.
Yeah. I love that too. And a lot of people think that they need to move 100 miles an hour. Like I do. Like I always think that, and I'm like, okay, as long as I just do like one little thing today, and then maybe tomorrow I'll do a lot. But maybe if I'm just feeling not really in it, I'll just do one little thing. And so I love that advice too, because especially for any artist starting their week out there on this Tuesday, and they want to, COVID has basically just going to put everybody in like a stay-at-home lazy slump, and I totally get it. But just doing one thing will lead to other things, and just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so easy to get just caught up in just feeling down, especially with everything going on. But if you love it and if you're passionate about it, you need to make time for it, I think. You know?
Yeah, and I always say to people, being a full-time artist is just painting whenever you don't want to. Like, being a hobby artist, you're doing it whenever it feels good and whenever, but like being full-time, sometimes I don't want to paint rocks, but I do anyway. And it's not that
discipline.
bad. Yes.
Yeah. It takes a lot of discipline. You got to kind of train your mind and make a schedule, and stick with it. And so, yeah, it pays off in the long run, just start small.
Yeah.
Make a difference.
For sure. We should do a TikTok video together. I don't know how,
yes!
but let's just...
We should.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a collab, so let me know and I'll be there.
Let's do it. Okay, yeah, I'll be thinking today, and I'll hopefully let you know of something by the end of the day. Or if you can think of anything, any kind of trend we can hop on or something.
Okay, I'll think. I'm so bad at that, but I'll be thinking, okay?
Okay, we're going to do it. Let's aim to do it this week. And
okay,
yeah.
I'm down.
Okay,
cool.
Sounds great. Well, it's been really awesome getting to know you. I'm so excited that TikTok has brought us together, and now we're internet
friends. Thanks to you. Seriously, thank you so much. I love your podcast. I listen to it all the time, and I think you give the greatest advice. So I really appreciate you having me. It has been surreal, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for saying all of that. It really just gives me more motivation to keep going with this stuff.
Yeah. Don't stop ever.
Okay, I won't. Okay, awesome. All right, well, I hope you have a great day, and let's keep in touch, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Yeah, bye. This episode is sponsored by the Mural Master Program inside of the Artist Academy Advanced membership. This program is specifically designed to help you with every step of the mural process. From coming up with an idea, to finding a wall to paint it on, to pitching your ideas to businesses, and finally, of course, I teach you exactly how to paint large scale. Murals are a lot of fun and a great way to grow your art business. I know, because it has been one of the top ways that I've been able to grow my own art business as quickly as I have. With several years of experience as a muralist, I've dialed down the painting techniques, the proposals, the pitching, the whole bit. And now I've compiled it into one resource for you called the Mural Master Program. This is included inside of the Artist Academy Advanced membership, and I would love to invite you to join us by going to artistacademy.co, that is artistacademy.co, and click the link to see the Mural Master Program and learn more. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. If you review our podcast and send a screenshot of that review to me on Instagram, I am Art by Andrea Earhart. I will gladly share your art on my Instagram story with a reach of over 60,000 as a thank you for helping us grow this Artist Academy community. And speaking of community, if you would like to be a part of our absolutely free and very encouraging community on social media, just head over to facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy, and I will see you next week.